Riding to my grave in the weather, you can end up understanding now it's pouring out. You can end up understanding what does this mean. I gotta go over multiple bridges before I end up getting to my grave. You're gonna end up coming to a point in your mind. What can you end up saying? You're gonna end up going. You're gonna have a lecture. You're gonna end up have a disappointment. No matter what, you can end up telling me I love you. But what can you say? I know that everything is going to happen for a reason, but you're never going to end up coming back to my grave. I know that the people that are chosen are already there. I know that God's going to end up being here, but what can I say? Every single time I go back and ride to my grave, I can end up making it to the end every single day of the tunnel. Yeah, we're going to make it over these mountains. Yeah, we're going to make it over there. We're never going to make it over these bridges alive, but we're going to make it there. What can you say? When you're running to the red, when you're going through the red light, you're going to end up going through. You're going to go to Vegas and then you're going to end up going to eat some food. It's going to be very jalapeno. You're going to end up understanding that these voices are coming and going. But you know when I have to end up doing that, I know that there's a true one, but everything is going to change for a reason. But what can you say? When you're riding through the snow and the weather is changing over time, you can end up understanding we got 4 seasons, but I can only end up standing two. No matter what you're going to end up doing, some of them are colder and some of them are breezier, but I can tell you that we're going to end up making it through the summer again. It's going to be 118, but we're going to make it through. We just have to end up staying hydrated and deep inside. What can you say? I don't want to end up riding back in my grave. I can end up understanding I can go to church, but I don't want to. But what it is, right? I know that my mom and dad want me to go to church. They want me to be happy, but what can I say? I end up have to go over these 2 bridges before I even get to my grave. Every single time I end up opening this book, I'm more depressed than I ever have before. I can tell you that we have a true first. What can you say? I know that we're gonna end up making it to there. We're gonna make it back to church, but every single time I would go, mom and dad would end up making some funny joke. All I know is I'm being judged in the light. If not, if judged in the dark, I could tell you whether or not I'm being judged or I'm gonna be homeless. I can tell you deep inside. These emotions are still going to be the same, but I can try to end up changing it for the better. We can end up understanding, we can end up being preachers, and we can end up going and telling people the gospel. But what can you do? I know that deep inside, I can end up giving up or I can end up leaving. But the moment I leave is the moment I don't want to ever talk to you again. Mom and dad, I don't know what I'm supposed to say to anybody when I end up coming back. And I know that you guys give me a chance to try to speak up and try to end up changing my mind. I know that I truly want to, but what can I say when you guys have been there? You could be in there. You've been there a lot, but what can you say? I don't want to be this age, and every single time I end up growing up, I know that everything is going to change, but you ended up spanking us for a reason. You tried to end up teaching us a lesson. We ended up doing something wrong. So no matter what, whether it was in school or we were doing stuff wrong, you always been there. I wish that you could end up managing and understanding, but I don't want to give up. It's time to walk on. It's time to ride through this weather so I can make it back to my grave. I can live. Let's make it sure. We're gonna make it sure. I miss you guys. Sweet dreams and have a wonderful life if I'm not around. I miss you guys a lot.